So my name is Michele Kadnar. I am an SEA fellow. We're going to look at how public opinion, the public's perception of science, and the media all affect policy and legislation. So I'm a recent graduate of NYU with a PhD in microbiology, where I studied mad cow disease using a baker's yeast model. Before that, I was a technician at Cornell Medical Center for 2 years, where I studied cystic fibrosis gene therapy treatments. The reason why I'm in science is because I just always loved science. It started in grammar school when I had a teacher who I found out worked on white mice in her life before being a teacher, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And since hearing about that, I always did the science fair projects, and it just continued, and here I am. I got into science communication because I've taught for 2 years at the college level, and when students really trust you, they open up to you. And it was talking to them, I started realizing their misconceptions that they had about certain science issues that they got, from the media, or just even from not reputable blogs, right? And I found that if I just listened to them and heard what they had to say about controversial issues, say for example evolution, I could really understand where they were coming from. And then once that happened, we had a good dialogue, and I think we understood each other, and I think they started to respect science more and scientists' positions. Science and being a scientist is actually a public service, and I don't think that scientists really see it that way. And I think it's our responsibility to engage the public, because after all, they really are supporting our research. I think that when you're in graduate school and in college, you're kind of stuck in the ivory tower, and you're around like-minded people, and I think you get into a certain mindset that many scientists have where, if I just explained the science to the public, they'll see my way, they'll take the scientist side and obviously support X, Y, or Z policy, when really that's not the way real life works, right? That's the way academia works, and maybe our classes work, but that's not the way real life works. I would like, my interns to realize that kind of before they get out into the real world. When you're a scientist and you have a manuscript for publication, right, the highest compliment you can get from your colleagues is for them to really give you lots of critique, right? So scientists want from other scientists. And from critiques, you often see things you haven't seen before and can proceed in a better way. And I think that if scientists spoke to the public, they'll also get that perspective from them as well. And then we'll work to the best policy for all with that method. The reason why I dedicate so much time to SEA and feel it's such an important cause is because when it comes down to it, I love science, not just science research and lab work, but science in general. And I just want to share with the general public how I feel about science and want them to understand that better.